Thieves strike again. The Humane Society hit in a costly break-in. Tonight on Our News.
The Bahamas Humane Society vandalized once again. Tonight on Our News, we'll bring you the details of exactly what happened and why organizers say they're fed up with the constant criminal acts.
Another setback in the high-profile case of Lindsay Shiver, the Georgia woman accused of orchestrating her husband's murder in the Bahamas. Her trial, now pushed to March, marks the fourth delay. Plus, it's green and it's national. But what does the BNT actually do? A group of teens just got the answer, and now they want you in on it too. In tonight's Sustainability First. Then in Our News at 7:30, a major shakeup is brewing for bars, restaurants, and liquor stores nationwide. And if you're not in line with the new rules, you could be out of business. Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News, live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candino Knowles. Over $1,000 stolen from the Humane Society in a recent break-in, sending outrage throughout the local community. The society now scratching its head to replace the funds they say they had for special projects. Unfortunately, it's not the first time the nonprofit organization has been the target of bandits. Joshua Williams has the story.
A charity dedicated to caring for and protecting our little furred pets vandalized once again. The incident happening right around midnight Tuesday. CCTV footage shows two men wearing gloves and with their faces covered, smashing a glass window with an object, then pulling back blinds and curtains to enter the building. General Manager of the Humane Society, Inspector Percy Grant, says another inspector on duty heard the noise.
And he said that he heard the breaking of glass in the back by the accounts office, and that startled him. And when he jumped up, and they had ran off. But apparently they had broken the glass in the office. They obviously got in to the office.
The thieves getting away with over $1,000.
They did get some money, some project money that we had, because we have projects going on right now as we speak, and so we had some small funds around to pay. And so this is something that obviously we will revise and won't happen again, right?
The footage goes on to show the two culprits escaping through a back door and then running through the yard. Grant says he can't understand why someone would steal from an organization not set up for profit, but instead dedicated to helping others.
We do a lot of things for the public. We try to help with people with free dog food when we have it. We give out with our free flea and tick treatment when we have it. So we are very, very generous to the public, and so we are hoping that the public will then be returned that generosity.
And it's not the first time the Humane Society has had its run-in with criminals. Just months ago, I was here where another criminal act occurred.
It's just one of those things. I think it's just be in a spot where we in the open. Our vehicle was, of course, vandalized a few months back. And that's now back on the road, and that was a long haul. And again, that was from a deranged individual who came in, and obviously, as you saw, they dismantled the entire dashboard area and ignition area.
And despite what happened, there's already a positive update in this story.
To the police, they came immediately. They were here on scene. They did due diligence, and so we're hoping that, and they have already just told us that they have a suspect, so we're hoping for results.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks for that, Josh. Well, another delay in the case of a Georgia woman and former beauty queen accused of plotting with her boyfriend to kill her estranged husband while on vacation in the Bahamas. It's the fourth time the case has been put off. Lindsay Shiver was supposed to go to trial this month on that murder-for-hire charge, but the trial cannot proceed as the presiding judge, Senior Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson, still hearing the corruption trial of Long Island MP Adrian Gibson and 4 others. Shiver's new trial date is March 2nd. She was arrested in August 2023, accused of plotting to have her lover Terrence Bethel and his friend Ferran Newbold killed her husband. The accused are free on bail. And with the next general election on the horizon, government pushing ahead with plans for biometric voter ID cards, but not everyone is sold on the idea. National Security Minister Wayne Monroe addressed public concerns during an appearance on RTV's On the Record with Jerome Sawyer, airing tonight at 8 p.m. Government officials say fingerprint data and other biometrics will help improve voter verification and reduce fraud. But some people, they're worried about how their personal information will be protected. Monroe says the country already uses biometric data in secure systems, and the move is simply about strengthening elections.
We have used these for ages.
Yep.
But we have been receiving reports from election observers that they're prone to facilitate fraud that affects the democracy, and we ought to change it, at least from the report on the 2017 election, and I do believe the one before that. The odd thing is, with all of the controversy that some people try to create around it, the Parliamentary Registration Department already has most of the information that will be used in the system. They already have it digitally. They already have it stored on a server. They already protect it now from intrusion. And the only real end product is the front end of it, which is this card. So all of this information on this card is already possessed and will then be used in the additional card. You'll have a photo, which you have on this, and you'll have fingerprints.
All right, now Monroe also cleared up confusion about how the new voting system will actually work. We've got more on that coming up in our news at 7:30, and be sure and stay tuned to our TV at 8 p.m. for On the Record. Well, public consultation announced on the proposed changes to Junkanoo. A statement by the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Mario Bowleg, says that consultation on the National Junkanoo Authority starting Monday with the launch of a dedicated website where you can read the draft legislation, offer your comments, and contribute ideas. The minister using it as an opportunity to blast opposition leader Michael Pintard, claiming he is fighting for political survival rather than for Junkanoo. And to claims made by Pintard that he believes this is an attempt for government to interfere with Junkanoo, Bowleg says if Pintard knows something, let him come forward. The culture minister clarifying the authority does not give more power to the minister, rather transfers that power to an independent body made up of Junkanooers, educators, cultural leaders, and stakeholders from every island. He says it creates permanent professional governance for a national institution that has outgrown its current structure. The authority is also expected to help develop markets for Junkanoo products, promote culture abroad, attract funding, create jobs, and support the next generation of musicians, artists, and designers. All right, we've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Gideon, and a happy Thursday evening, everybody. Cloudy conditions across the northwest Bahamas, courtesy of a disturbance moving across the area. We'll share that in our satellite picture. But we are still cloudy, partly cloudy on the outside. Temperatures a little cooler, 84 degrees. East winds at 9 miles per hour, but those feels like temperatures still hanging out in the 90s. Temperatures currently around the Family of Islands right now. It's a rain cool, 81 in Freeport, 84 over in Marsh Harbour, Abaco, as well as here in the capital. We pick up 82 in Alistown, Bimini, Nicholstown, Andros, Great Harbour Key, the Berry Islands, Governor's Harbour, Eleuthero, all 83s there. Central Bahamas, 82 in Kemps Bay, some showers and thunderstorms nearby, 84 in Black Point, Exuma, 84 also in Georgetown and in Deadman's Key, Port Nelson, Arthurstown, Cat Island, 85, Cubantown, San Salvador, 83, and into the southeast Bahamas, 84 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, Delectable Bay, 85 with some showers there, Abrahams Bay also, 86 with some showers nearby, and a pair of 87s in Tux and Caicos Islands and in Matthew Town in Agua. Satellite and radar composite. We have a surface trough across the northwest Bahamas, also combining within an upper level low, actually. You notice a little bit of a spin just to the east of the Bahamas. That combined with the tropical moisture, dragging most of the moisture across the area. Mostly the northwest Bahamas seeing some showers and thunderstorms. Some of those showers were locally heavy and thunderstorms strong to severe. The southeast and central Bahamas, some clearing across here as high pressure starts to build in from the east, but this system across the northwest Bahamas will be slow to move, so we're looking for some more showers in the northwest Bahamas tonight through tomorrow. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports, the top track and field athletes in the region head to Grand Bahama next week. We'll take a look at the group the Bahamas has put together.
Dealing with how life was in the Bahamas in the past, what has changed, and what still remains the same. I'll be taking them down, I hope, not Memory Lane, but Memory Avenue. There's a big area we're going to be covering.
Nassau, get ready for a night you simply won't want to miss. For the first time in over 40 years, experience an evening with Eddie Minutes live at the Amphitheater, Nassau Cruiseport.
Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. Athletes throughout the region will head to Grand Bahama in droves next weekend, looking to claim that final opportunity to qualify for the upcoming World Athletics Championships. The B3A has named a 37-member team for the 2025 NACAC Championships set for August 16th to 17th at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. 6 athletes have already qualified for the World Champs, but others are still looking to claim a roster spot for Tokyo in September. The men's team will be headlined by recent qualifier Kaiwan Culmer, 400-meter Olympic champion Stephen Gardner, 100-meter national champion Terrence Jones, and javelin record holder Keyshawn Strong. On the women's side, the list features current World Champs qualifiers Anthea Charlton, Camille Rutherford, Giovanni Volcor, and the road to return continues for Shawnee Miller-Weibo.
A staple of the summer, the Jeff Rogers Basketball Camp continues to expose camp participants to local and international icons of the sport. In preparation of the annual Family Fun Night, several basketball icons, both local and international, were on hand today at the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium. Camp founder Jeff Rogers says the mission remains bigger than basketball. Another mainstay at the camp, the Thompson family continues their support. His eldest son Michael, a former national team member, now serves on the coaching staff.
The Bahamas closed out the 2025 CONCACAF Under-15 Championships with a strong finish. Bouncing back from 2 earlier losses, the team scored a 2-0 win over St. Vincent and the Grenadines in their final match of the tournament, hosted in Curacao. Tobias Sanders and Darren Ferguson were the goal scorers to lead the Bahamas to the win. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as Trump's tariffs take effect worldwide. Plus, hundreds of flights delayed as tech issues ground United Airlines flights. And Meta says WhatsApp has taken down 6.8 million accounts linked to scam centers. The story when Our News returns.
He took a PVC pipe because I questioned him whilst I was 7 months pregnant, and he hit me, crossed my stomach with it, pushed me down on the bed, and he would rape me.
I told his daughters he's a rapist because that's what he's been doing to me when they're in there.
He always told me that this was something that fathers do with their daughters to express love and affection.
Because I am a woman, my children are presumed to take the citizenship of their father.
God's sake, I mean, just morally, domestically, we are entitled to correct the problem that was done in 1972, 1973 when the Constitution was made.
We are overrun with sexual predators, but even worse, we are overrun with people who protect them.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Sweeping new U.S. tariffs targeting more than 90 countries have officially taken effect, with President Donald Trump claiming billions of dollars are now flowing into the U.S. economy. Announcing the move on Truth Social, Trump said the tariffs are aimed at boosting American manufacturing and jobs, while warning the countries like India and Switzerland could face steep penalties if they don't align with U.S. trade goals. Some of the harshest tariffs hit Asian nations with ties to China, but major allies like Japan and the European Union have reached partial deals to soften the blow. The average U.S. tariff rate is now at its highest in nearly a century. Apple is pledging an additional $100 billion in U.S. investments, according to President Donald Trump, who made the announcement Wednesday from the Oval Office alongside Apple CEO Tim Cook. The new commitment brings the company's total U.S. investment plan to $600 billion. Trump called it a step toward making iPhones in America, though Cook clarified that while some components are made domestically, full assembly will remain overseas for a while. United Airlines said a technology issue that led to a grounding of its flights for a few hours at U.S. airports and major delays across its network on Wednesday had been resolved. Sayar Kajazani reports.
United Airlines flights at U.S. airports were briefly grounded on Wednesday. The company says it has now fixed the tech issue that caused it. In a statement, United said, quote, "We've resolved technology issues that have been affecting flights. While we're still experiencing delays, our team is working to restore our normal operations." The issue came weeks after Alaska Airlines grounded flights for 3 hours in its second IT outage in just over a year. According to the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, the hours-long outage caused ground stops at major United Hub airports, including Newark, Denver, Houston, and Chicago. Flight tracking data service FlightAware showed 34% of United flights had been delayed by the incident as of late Wednesday evening on the U.S. East Coast. United said the issue was with its Unimatic system, which feeds flight data to systems for weight, balance, and tracking. It also said it would cover customer expenses like hotels for delays caused by the tech issue. U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said in a post on X that the issue was limited to United and unrelated to air traffic control.
And Meta says it has taken down more than 6.8 million WhatsApp accounts in the first half of the year. Accounts that it claims were linked to international scam centers, including some operated through forced labor. In a Tuesday statement, the company said the move is part of a broader effort to fight increasingly sophisticated scams that span platforms from dating apps to social media and payment sites. Meta also announced new WhatsApp safety tools and said it disrupted one major scam ring in Cambodia with the help from OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT. All right, back here at home. It's one of the country's most recognizable green spaces, but you may be surprised how many Bahamians still don't know what Bahamas National Trust is or what it does. Well, in tonight's Sustainability First report, Danielle Miller introduces us to a group of teens who only recently discovered the BNT, and now they're encouraging others to get involved.
Bahamas First, putting sustainability first for our people and our environment. What's first for you and the planet comes first for us.
This is the Bahamas National Trust, as many of you watching may know, but I met a group of kids who did not know about the trust until they volunteered for a summer project. From popular events like jollification and wine and art to educational field trips and weekend retreats, thousands have walked the grounds of the Bahamas National Trust's retreat on Village Road. But even with 66 years of conservation work and more than 30 national parks under its care, the BNT is still a mystery to some Bahamians. That includes teenagers Rovette Murphy and Joy Casildo, who only found out about the trust this summer while volunteering for a mural painting project.
This is my first time ever hearing about the Bahamas National Trust. I had a friend who was volunteering and they told me about it and they asked me if I was interested and I said sure. So I came to volunteer and help out with the miracle.
Did you know about the BNT before?
No, I did not know about it.
Now, after just a few weeks of volunteering, the teens say the experience gave them a new sense of pride in the country's parks and wildlife, and a better understanding of why it all matters.
I feel like it is something you have to experience to actually understand it, right? Because when you come, you can look at the different parks, the animals, it displays everything and whatnot.
Because it helps preserve the environment. First of all, like the trees, they need to stay alive because if we don't have trees, there's no oxygen for us. So that's first and foremost really important for us. And the animals are just something that God had given us in the first place, so we should just protect it.
Reporting for Our News and reminding you to put sustainability first, I'm Danielle Miller.
Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was August 7th. Then in our news at 7:30, a birthday celebration takes a dark and disturbing turn. A mother testifying she found her daughter being raped by a guest at her own party. A 37-year-old family friend now on trial denying the claims. And a Pinewood Gardens resident trying to pick up the pieces tonight after his home was gutted by fire earlier this week. Joshua Williams has the shocking discovery he made when he returned to the scene today, when Our News returns.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
He took a PVC pipe because I questioned him. Whilst I was 7 months pregnant, and he hit me, crossed my stomach with it, pushed me down on the bed, and he would rape me.
I told his daughters, he's a rapist because that's what he's been doing to me when they're in there.
He always told me that this was something that fathers do with their daughters to express love and affection.
Because I am a woman, my children are presumed to take the citizenship of their father.
God's sake, I mean, just morally, domestically, we are entitled to correct the problem that was done in 1972, 1973 when the Constitution was made.
We are overrun with sexual predators, but even worse, we are overrun with people who protect them.
On this day in Bahamian history in 2013, in a dramatic turn of events, Dr. Hubert Minnis, then leader of the official opposition, was forcibly removed from the House of Assembly by police officers. The removal came after Dr. Minnis refused to retract his comments regarding Prime Minister Perry Christie's association with Peter Nygaard. Speaker Dr. Kendall Major intervened, barring Minnis from the proceedings, which sparked a significant political controversy. And in 2020, in a sobering update on the COVID-19 pandemic, then Health Minister Renwood Wells reported 69 new cases, raising the national total to 830. The report also revealed that 30 healthcare workers, including 15 from Grand Bahama, had contracted the virus, highlighting the severe impact on frontline medical staff. All right, that's going to do it for us in News at 7. Megan Shepherd, she's up next at 7:30. But before we get to Megan, it's time now for Thursday's The New Friday. Entertainment correspondent Danielle Miller, she's somewhere on the island getting the weekend started. And Denny, it looks like you may be getting lashes done tonight, yeah?
Oh, hey, Ken. I am at Whiplash Studios. I had to come and run and see my lash tech because I have been in the gym every day this week due to you guys telling me how much you love our newscast and pointing out the fact that I'm always eating in my stories. So I have to make sure that I stay slim and trim, but that costs me my lashes. So I called my lash tech up and let her know, well, asked her if I can come in, and she's always willing to open up her books for me. To her other clients, please don't get jealous. This is a special relationship. But in this week's Entertainment Tonight report, we have the reason why the organizers of the Rick Ross concert that happened over the weekend chose Abaco to have the event. And of course, every Thursday, we will find on our social media platforms, Thursday is the new Friday that lets you know what's happening this weekend. All right, guys and gals, you know the drill. And remember, follow my example, get healthy, get fit, because that's all a part of lifestyle. I forgot my train of thought. Deuces, back to you in studio.
Oh, goodness.
Alrighty.
All right, I was going to say, Denny getting dolled up. But hey, Megan, how important are the lashes to the look? Like,
It's
are
like
they a
the
must-have?
icing on the cake.
Okay.
It's the sprinkles, the finishing touch, the...
Okay. Yes. So that's the
very
thing you
important.
need to just take the look over the
So
edge.
important. We get them done on TV. Only Danielle Miller can.
I know,
Only
right?
Danielle Miller can. Thanks so much. And be sure to stay tuned to Our News on Thursday to see more of Danielle's escapades. But for now, here are your latest headlines. New tonight, new U.S. tariffs could mean higher totals at your local cash registers in the near future. A local economist explains just how the newly imposed taxes could spell inflation all around. Plus, stricter regulations for those in the liquor business. Officials at the Department of Inland Revenue say expect new amendments to the Business License Act with stiffer rules for those in the sector. And then, playing by the rules. What led to the suspension of St. Barnabas parliamentarian Shannon Cartwright? The leader of government business in the House of Assembly breaks down the procedure. And later, going green on Grand Bahama. In tonight's City in Focus, our Candino Knowles visits a school where sustainability isn't just a subject, it's a lifestyle. We've got the details for these stories and more as our news continues in just a moment.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this.
In the Bahamas, island time is real. The history of Morris Lumber Company, established in 1945, is etched into the fabric of this proud island nation. It's a story that deserves to be celebrated in full color, and that's where we come in. Morris the Paint Place has been bringing color and vitality to homes and businesses across the Bahamas. Here, color is more than just a hue, it's a symbol of life. Together, we can paint a brighter future.
I'm very excited, and I can't believe it. It's it's a dream come true. When she did call me.
Welcome to our news, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Shepard. The latest rounds of U.S. tariffs now in full effect, impacting goods imported from major producers like India, Brazil, and China. And while the policy is aimed at boosting American manufacturing, local economist Therese Turner-Jones warns it could create a ripple effect for small, import-reliant countries like the Bahamas, where almost everything from food to fuel comes through the U.S. She used this example to explain what consumers can expect on future purchases.
With this higher tariff in the United States, those tariffs will then get passed on to us, right? So I saw a number, I think today, where an item was costing, this was a Costco price in the United States, something was $15.99 last week. And as of August 1st, or whenever this new tariff kicked in, now it's on $19.99, right? So that's a big difference for consumers. So what we have to brace for is the fact that most of our goods may be more expensive. That means inflation all around.
Turner-Jones says Bahamian wholesalers and distributors must now think outside the U.S., literally. She encourages them to source goods directly from Latin America or Asia when possible, avoiding the extra costs being passed through U.S. ports. Still, she cautions shifting supply chains is easier said than done.
You'll find, you can now go into a supermarket in Nassau and find that goods are produced in Peru or Colombia or Mexico, right? If those goods are produced there, but you've been using a distributor from Florida or somewhere in the U.S., why not just go to Mexico and import it directly, right? And that way, we are bypassing the extra tariff that the U.S. is imposing on those goods, doesn't get passed on to us.
And big changes are coming for anyone selling liquor across the Bahamas, as a new amendment to the Business License Act is tightening the rules. And if you don't follow them, you could lose your license. We're talking about bars, restaurants, and liquor stores, even those already operating. Delvardo Emmanuel breaks down what it all means.
Whether you are running a corner bar, a family restaurant, or liquor store, the Department of Inland Revenue has its eyes on you. Under new amendment to the Business License Act, specifically Section 9A, business owners will now need to meet two requirements: a valid business license and a newly mandatory certificate of registration. The changes are aimed at businesses selling alcohol, especially those close to schools, churches, or in busy neighborhoods. At the weekly press briefing at the Office of the Prime Minister, Controller of Inland Revenue Shonda Strawn made it clear, if you're in the liquor business, the rules just got stricter.
In order for you to get a business license or to get a business license renewed, so even if you have one already, even if you have a license already, you got to do the registration.
The new process will now involve public consultation, community feedback, and a review of how many other liquor sellers are already in the area. It's a response to long-standing complaints about noise, public safety, and how liquor sales affect the surrounding neighborhood. New applicants must register 90 days in advance, and there is now a $100 fee for liquor stores and $50 for bars and restaurants. And without registration, no license, not even for renewals.
Let's say, for instance, you already have a liquor establishment, but we now deem your premises unsuitable, right? Your premises are not suitable, and so we're not going to register you. I don't know what that's going to look like. It probably will look like us, of course, going through a period of consultation.
Now, consultation could last up to 2 weeks, and during that period, businesses may have to pause its operations. Now, the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce supports the stricter regulation, but its COO is calling for fairness and flexibility for those already in operation.
They may have spent quite a bit in terms of funding relative to supplies, build-outs, staff, etc. They may be, providing a measure of support to community endeavors. And what we don't want is for the consultation process to go in a way where the business owner the license is not renewed, and now that business owner is left in a state where they have to figure out what will happen not only to their staff but to their business.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
Thanks so much, Delvardo. Well, we're learning more about the suspension of St. Barnabas Member of Parliament Shannon Dawn Cartwright from the House of Assembly. Cartwright was suspended for one sitting on Wednesday after refusing to apologize when called on by Parliament's Committee on Privilege. The issue stems from a clash in the House a few weeks ago when he accused South and Central Andros MP Leon Lundy of misleading Parliament during a debate on water rates. While appearing as a guest on Our TV's On the Record with Jerome Sawyer, Leader of Government Business in the House of Assembly, Wayne Monroe, addressed the issue and broke down the procedure that led to Cartwright's suspension.
You have privilege in the House to largely say whatever you want to say within reason, and nobody can sue you over it. That's why the convention is you don't talk about outsiders in the House because they're not there to defend themselves, and more importantly, if you talk about me in the House, I can have the matter referred to the Committee on Privilege. He claimed that the Minister Lundy had misled Parliament, and the Committee of Privilege examined it because it was based on what Minister Lundy had said and a document he produced. And the ruling was very simple. Minister Lundy was talking prospectively about the future. You brought a document that's from the past. So clearly a document from the past can't invalidate any talk about what you're going to raise or not raise in the future.
Monroe also cleared up confusion about how the new biometric voting system will actually work. While the voter verification process will be digital, Monroe stressed that ballots will still be cast manually.
Firstly, the process that they will engage in isn't digital. They will still be voting on paper cards. The only thing that they will be getting now is a polycarbonate card. If they have a driver's license, they've already trusted the government to have the information, to have it digitally, and to issue a digital driver's license, a polycarbonate driver's license. If they have an NIB card, the same thing. NIB information is stored online as well. If they have a passport, they have 3 documents already where they have trusted the government and a government entity to hold the information. The voting process is still paper and still manual.
Now be sure to stay tuned to Our TV immediately following our news for more information from Monroe in tonight's episode of On the Record tonight at 8 p.m. Testimony in the Supreme Court today about a birthday celebration that took a dark turn after a woman allegedly caught a guest raping her daughter. 37-year-old Bertram Frazier is on trial for the act, although he denies raping the 19-year-old. He told police that she begged to have consensual sex. The mother testified that Frazier, a family friend, was invited to a 39th birthday party on January 20th back in 2024. During the wee hours of January 21st, she noticed her daughter was missing and decided to look for her. That's when she allegedly heard her daughter screaming for help and started hitting the window of his locked locked car door. When she pressed her face against the glass, the mother allegedly saw Frazier raping her daughter. The woman said she attacked Frazier when he eventually opened the door. A young man in reset mode tonight after a fire destroyed his Pinewood Gardens home earlier this week. The incident occurred while he was at work, and he says firefighters never responded, forcing neighbors to break in order to extinguish the blaze. Our Joshua Williams went back to the home with the victim today and tells us what he discovered was shocking.
I don't know. Just like there's a test I'm going through right now. Hopefully I don't fail.
It's a heart-wrenching story. At just 30 years old and working 2 jobs to support himself, Leonardo Maki lost everything this week. His small studio apartment going up in flames. His landlord desperately tried to reach him.
When I did answer the phone, she was like, now your place on fire, nobody could get inside. So I dashed as fast as I could get there. What happened was, I guess the fight didn't spread to outside there because my house always locked up. So the guys who did out the fire, they had to pry the window open, break down the door, they get inside.
And while they were able to put out the fire, it was too late. The damage was already done. Maki showed me around this morning, and what I discovered was shocking. Silt covered the floor from the door throughout the apartment. Furniture, kitchen appliances, and bathroom facilities show smoke damage. But it's the origin point of the fire, the bedroom, that tells the story. A burnt mattress, melted electronics, including this standing fan, and all of this in the corner reduced to ash. One of the few possessions to make it through the fire, he says, was his passport, safely secured in his Bible that also wasn't damaged. Now I want you to take a look at this air conditioning unit here, or what's left of it rather. You can see where it's been completely melted off of the wall. Maki telling me he believes this might have been the cause of the blaze. But it's his landlord he says he feels most sorry for.
This place literally just got done and finished in February. I was first tenant in this place. She didn't even really want me inside it because she said she wanted more family person. You know, people tend to look at young men funny, and she's like, I was like, I ain't gonna be that type of person. Her rent never late, actually a week ahead of time, every time.
But the bad news kept coming for Leonardo.
Like the very next day, less than 24 hours later, I got someone going and almost clear my card. I telling you, they leave like $4 on my card.
As he begins to pick up the pieces, Maki says he's intent on keeping a positive attitude.
Anybody want to help, you could help, because right now I'm going through it. I've had some people help me. My coworkers, they do their big one. Everybody reach out to me, help me. I had some strangers reach out to me and help me. My sister, my nieces, them, they helped me really good. I gotta hold my head up.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
Thanks so much, Josh. Well, we've still got lots more news to share with you tonight, but first, meteorologist Greg Thompson joins us with your first look at temperatures. Greg, how's it looking?
Yeah, thanks, Megan, and a happy Thursday evening, everybody. Welcome back for a quick check on conditions around the islands and outside our studios. 84 degrees is our current temperature under partly cloudy skies. East winds at 9 miles per hour. It feels like temperature is hanging out in the low to mid 90s. Satellite radar composite, we still have that unsettled weather pattern across our area. The surface trough still dragging towards the west. We also have now an upper level low just to the east of the Bahamas. Both of those combining with the tropical moisture in place, keeping us a little bit unsettled across the northwest Bahamas, clearing across the central and southeast Bahamas. We expect the system to slide towards the west. Should just park just west of us, and we will look for some more showers across the northwest Bahamas and portions of the central Bahamas tonight through tomorrow. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on Our News. With climate change at the top of mind for every Bahamian, a local institution on Grand Bahama is teaching sustainability from the ground up. Not just in theory, but certainly in practice. Plus, the Bahamas has secured a key role in global tourism leadership. We'll tell you about the international body the tourism minister has been elected to lead. Those details coming up when Our News returns.
In the Bahamas, island time is real. The history of Morris Lumber Company, established in 1945, is etched into the fabric of this proud island nation. It's a story that deserves to be celebrated in full color, and that's where we come in. Morris the Paint Place has been bringing color and vitality to homes and businesses across the Bahamas. Here, color is more than just a hue, it's a symbol of life. Together, we can paint a brighter future.
I'm very excited, and I can't believe it. It's it's a dream come true. When she did call me yesterday about it, I didn't know what to believe. Thanks to Mr. Coleman and this whole staff for what they do, and making sure the customers are taken care of, making sure we enjoy the gaming they do give to us. Chances is the great house to play, even down to the staff, is perfect. You're going to marvel.
At Struckham, we're all about peace of mind. With the latest tools and technology like PestPack, managing pest control just got easier. It's simple. Log on to the portal to review past services or monitor trends. Just tap Service Reports to access detailed records and see how we're keeping your business pest-free. You can even customize permissions so your teams in maintenance and health and safety have real-time access to everything they need. With PestPack, you're in control, anytime, anywhere. Get ready to simplify pest management with just a few taps.
Over the past few weeks, City in Focus has taken you inside Lucaya International School, from how they're shaping curious minds to ways they're building confidence in and out of the classroom. Tonight, in our final chapter on LIS, Candino Knowles takes a look at how this Grand Bahamas school is going green, not just in theory, but in practice.
As summer winds down and backpacks start to fill up, students across Grand Bahama are preparing to head back to school. But at the end of the last academic year, we learned that at Lucaya International, some of the lessons are taking root long before the first bell rings, right in the soil. Sustainability isn't just a subject here. Head of Secondary Nigel Kirkby says it's a mindset. From pre-K all the way through to graduation, students are learning how to take care of their environment.
We got our green flag status. We've had that for a few years now, so we've been working hard on making sure that is across the school campus.
That green flag designation isn't just a sticker on the wall. Kirkby says it reflects years of commitment, from recycling drives to eliminating single-use plastics to embracing solar power. One of the school's most hands-on efforts, mangrove planting.
I think you have some here, right?
Exactly, yeah. So this is just the end of our basically school year. So these are the final plants. We've had a number of efforts where we've grown our own plants, gone out with Waterkeepers and the Tarpon Trust, and we've gone out onto the mangrove flats and replanted. And the school's excited about being involved in it because we need to make sure that our island is safe.
Hurricane Dorian left a lasting mark not just on Grand Bahama's landscape, but on its young minds. Here, students understand that mangroves aren't just trees, they're protectors. And the learning doesn't start or stop at the shoreline. Students recently took part in Classrooms Without Walls, a two-day event focused on ocean sustainability.
We watched David Attenborough's Oceans and did some topic work on that. And the students were really excited to understand exactly the impacts and what we can do to change it.
And Kirkby says it's a message that's clearly sticking, not just in lesson plans, but in the hearts of a generation that's growing up with climate change at their doorstep. Reporting for Our News, I'm Candino Knowles.
The Bahamas has secured a key role in global tourism leadership. Deputy Prime Minister and Tourism Minister Chester Cooper has been elected Vice President of the United Nations World Tourism Organization General Assembly, representing the Americas for the 2025 term. The General Assembly is the UNWTO's highest decision-making body, tasked with electing officers, setting policy, and guiding the global tourism agenda. In a statement Thursday, Cooper described his election as a reflection of strong regional partnership and a shared vision for a more resilient and inclusive tourism sector. The appointment marks another major milestone for the Bahamas as it continues to play an influential role on the international tourism stage.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
Coming up in sports, the B3As names its team headed to the NACAC Championships in Grand Bahama, a few basketball icons check in on the Jeff Rogers camp, and the latest from the CONCACAF U15 tourney.
At Struckham, we're all about peace of mind. With the latest tools and technology like PestPack, managing pest control just got easier. It's simple. Log on to the portal to review past services or monitor trends. Just tap service reports to access detailed records and see how we're keeping your business pest-free. You can even customize permissions so your teams in maintenance and health and safety have real-time access to everything they need. With PestPack, you're in control, anytime, anywhere. Get ready to simplify pest management with just a few taps.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th, only on RTV.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that running nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set them all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set them all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
Somewhere's Plaza, got it going on, yeah. Somewhere's Plaza, one-stop shopping is here. In the family, community, for me. Southwest Plaza, come shop with us. Shop, shop, we've got so many stores. Shop, shop, our prices are right. Come spend the day, bring the family. Southwest Plaza, come shop with us.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. Athletes throughout the region will head to Grand Bahama in droves next weekend, looking to claim that final opportunity to qualify for the upcoming World Athletics Championships. The B3As named a 37-member team for the 2025 NACAC Championships set for August 16th to 17th at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. 6 athletes have already qualified for the World Champs, but others are still looking to claim a roster spot for Tokyo in September. The men's team will be headlined by recent qualifier Kaiwan Culmer, 400-meter Olympic champion Stephen Gardner, 100-meter national champion Terrence Jones, and javelin record holder Keyshawn Strong. On the women's side, the list features current World Champs qualifiers Anthea Charlton, Camille Rutherford, Giovanni Volcor, and the road to return continues for Shawnee Miller-Rebo. The full list of team members can be found on the Our News website, ournews.bs. Andrew Tynes is the head coach, assisted by Rupert Gardner, Patrick Adderley, Ronald Cartwright, James Roll, and Corrington Maycock. The teams will also look to qualify in several relays. The World Athletics Championships take place September 16th to 21st in Tokyo, Japan.
A staple of the summer, the Jeff Rogers Basketball Camp continues to expose camp participants to local and international icons of the sport. In preparation of the annual Family Fun Night, several basketball icons, both local and international, were on hand today at the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium. Camp founder Jeff Rogers says the mission remains bigger than basketball.
You know, basketball only going to take you so far in life. And the question is, what happened after basketball? So if you think you're going to go all the way through life and have a bad attitude and not discipline yourself by listening to your parents and persons who are responsible for training you, you're not going to go anywhere. And so we put a lot of focus and really getting them to understand the importance of listening.
Another mainstay at the camp, the Thompson family continues their support.
The Bahamas basketball future is in great hands and only getting better. You got more young kids coming up. You see them right here at the Jeff Rogers camp. So basketball, the future in the Bahamas is great. Sort of like how track and field used to be for Jamaica. We are dominating in basketball.
His eldest son, Michael, a former national team member, now serves on the coaching staff.
It's amazing. I've been, coming here since I can remember. I just found out it's the 37th year. I'm 37, so I think I've almost been here every year. So it's amazing to see Jeff still doing it. seeing all the kids. I recognize some kids over the last couple of years, which is cool. See them, how much they've improved in their games, and just coming back and giving them that knowledge.
The Bahamas closed out the 2025 CONCACAF Under-15 Championships with a strong finish. Bouncing back from 2 earlier losses, the team scored a 2-0 win over St. Vincent and the Grenadines in their final match of the tournament, hosted in Curacao. Tobias Sanders and Darren Ferguson were the goal scorers to lead the Bahamas to the win. In their tournament opener, the Bahamas suffered a 5-0 loss to Bonaire. In match 2, they lost 2-1 to Dominica. Dirk Simmons was the lone goal scorer. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. Okay, it's Jeff Rogers Celebrity All-Star Game Time. You in or you out?
I got an invitation, but I had to politely decline. Still recovering from a knee injury.
Giving someone else a chance to win MVP. So gracious of you. Back to the studio.
On the other side of this break, Greg is back in the Weather Center with a complete look at temperatures across the country. Stick with us.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
What do you get when you're searching for the whole truth?
Less than 24 hours after the body of 12-year-old was discovered on a track road on Faith Avenue, police say
You get the most comprehensive half hour of news.
Breach of the party's constitution.
Behind me is what remains of the Victoria Court Apartment Complex.
Our News at 7 brings you that truth in all of the day's top stories, sports, and our view of the world. Join me, Candino Knowles, weeknights.
This is our news. Welcome back. We are still monitoring a couple of areas in the tropics. We have Dexter, which is still out there in the open Atlantic. Last advisory posted by the National Hurricane Center early today. Current position is still a very potent storm. It's post-tropical, 41.4 degrees north, 50.4 west. Moving towards the east-northeast at 17 miles per hour, but those winds are up to 58 miles per hour, so it has strengthened a bit since last evening, but we expect the system to continue to pull towards the north and east, but by the weekend we expect this one to become a remnant low, not going to be hurting anybody at this time. Closer to home, we have that area that the National Hurricane Center is still monitoring just off the Carolinas, giving that a low to medium chance for formation. We watch this one, but it's expected to move towards the north and eventually towards the northeast and away from us, and that should be spelling good news for us. And then in the far eastern Atlantic, we still have that vigorous tropical wave moving across the tropical belt. Disorganized showers and thunderstorms, most of the model will keep the system out in the open Atlantic, eventually turning it more towards the west-northwest and then eventually northwest and keeping it over the open Atlantic. Closer to home, we have that disturbance moving across our area. Some showers and thunderstorms that combining with an upper level low that's east of the islands and the tropical moisture in place. System should move into the Gulf of Mexico over the next couple of days, but it's going to stay rather close to us, so we're looking for some more showers and thunderstorm activity for the weekend. Taking a look at the future forecast, most of the moisture staying well to the north of us with the system, and then we have that upper level low. You notice a little bit of a spin there. That's going to be moving across through Friday, bringing us some more showers and thunderstorms for the northwest Bahamas, but by the weekend, into the Gulf of Mexico, high pressure builds across our area, looking for some good weather for the second half of the weekend. Boating forecast for all areas tonight to tomorrow, east to southeast winds 10 to 15 north, seas running 2 to 4 feet over open waters. Tide is going to be high at 7:28. The low tide takes place at 1:56 in the morning. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, we'll keep the showers in the forecast Friday and Saturday, mostly for the northwest Bahamas as that upper level low and that disturbance moves in the Gulf of Mexico, still staying near to us. But we expect gradual clearing for the second half of the weekend into early next week, but those temperatures will be back into the 90s once we get the clouds out of here. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
Thanks so much, Greg. And we know entertainment correspondent Danielle Miller promised you more from that Rick Ross concert in Abaco over the weekend, but we want to make sure you come back tomorrow night to hear from promoters about what's next for the islands. And before we head out, we'd like to wish a very special happy birthday to our very own Leslie Rowe. We hope you enjoyed celebrating the day with us. And with that, we thank you so much for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Megan Shepherd. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Have a safe and wonderful evening. Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button if you'd like to see more content like this. Follow all of the Our News social media pages so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.